Hey, John,
Hey Rob.
did you get with that big snowstorm up there coming through?
Yeah, we're in the middle of it. I've snowblowed my driveway twice. City plows are going through the city again. It's at a local PIO level. Snowstorms are they're not difficult, but they're long days.
Yeah, well, we have those. Yep, that's for sure. So good. Well, moisture's good. The farmers need it. Ranchers.
Yeah, I don't know how it is out there. Here we're pretty good,
We
not
probably
terrible.
got a yeah, we're on the southern edge of it. We probably had it maybe a couple inches of snow, but the wind, the snow drifts are in some places around your house are pretty high too. So, but
we,
and
we
it
didn't
seemed
get
like
too
it was
much
wet.
wind.
Yeah,
We didn't get too much wind, but this snow is so wet and heavy.
and
It
that's was
is
here too. Yep,
it's
yep. Yep.
dangerous snow.
Snow blow. This is where people can get heart
You're really
attacks.
hurt.
Something.
Yeah.
Yep. So
No, but from a farmer standpoint, I'm friends with a farmer south of Grand Forks. Well, he's a farmer slash developer. Um, but he's a good sounding board. The soil here in the Red River Valley just retains moisture so well. It doesn't take much moisture to rejuvenate everything. Um,
yeah, good,
it,
good.
and we can get in a drought. Don't get me wrong, but it takes a long dry spell to get in a drought.
Yeah, yeah. You got that Red River Valley black dirt.
Yeah, that gumbo soil, it just soaks it up and holds it.
Yep. Thanks to our glaciers coming through.
Hmm. Yeah, I explained it to people. You go 50 miles probably each side of the red, and all of a sudden the soil's rocky. And I'm like, well, that was the beach of Lake Agassiz.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Was it called Lake Agassiz?
Lake A Lake Agassiz,
Agassiz. Yep, yep. So
which is now what, Lake Winnipeg, probably the remains of it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious with this call here that was a pretty big storm. How much it impacts local PIOs as far as getting to this today. That was a
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah,
it was widespread. Was it Devil's Lake got 14 inches of snow?
yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe. I mean, it's yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome.
How you doing, Kaylee?
I'm doing okay. I took a bunch of water and some cold medicine, so
Oh,
I had a nap before this too, so we'll see how I do.
okay. We
Okay,
can help you
we'll get
out
you through it.
there. Yeah,
I didn't want to reschedule this and I wanted to make sure I still did this today, so you guys will just have to deal with my cold in the back end. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it just a second here and I'm going to share my screen and get the Zoom or the PowerPoint up and everything, so. All right, assuming you guys can see that.
yes,
Wonderful. So the theme for today, where we are, what's new, and what's ahead. If I pull up my notes, do you guys see my notes?
no, no. You're
Okay.
good. You're good.
All right. Well, welcome. It's 12:02. We can get going here. Again, if you guys didn't hear before, I have a little bit of a head cold, so I'm sorry. I won't talk the whole time. Rob will jump in for one part. We'll have John in for another part. But I want to welcome you all to the 2026 State of NDPIO. Thank you all for being here. The work that you do every day. I know John and Rob are just talking about the snowstorm. And so it's just, it never turns off, right? And the communication roles, and they just continue to evolve and get tougher. And we exist, and by we, I mean the NDPIO Association exists to support you through that, whether it's training, connection, just basically simply knowing that you're not alone in this, and we are here for you any time of the day. And so today I want to talk to you briefly about where NDPIO is now and what's new and what is coming up. So public information and communication work has never been more visible or more complex than it is today, especially after going through the COVID years, which I want to be careful saying that because I know that triggers some PTSD. But we're expected to be fast, accurate, transparent, and strategic, and often all at the same time. And now that many of us can take our computers home and we can take our cell phones with us anywhere that we are pretty much on 24/7. And that's a really difficult thing for leadership or other peers to understand for us. And so being PIOs or communications specialists or whatever your role has for you in the communication aspect, it's tough on you. And we understand that as the association, the board of directors here. And we want to be able to supply you with the training, the resources, and the partnership that maybe you don't always receive or don't feel like you receive from those that aren't quite in your world. And so one of those ways that we want to acknowledge this is that we have a government communicators day, and that's February 20th. That's tomorrow. And I had asked our members and others to share photos of you at work, and I received a couple of them. Paula shared a really, really nice one. And by nice, I mean she's got some long gloves on and she's checking if a cow is pregnant. But that's what led her, or not what led her, but that's what she did in her communication day one day. And so that was such a unique photo. And so I'm asking you if you guys have that, maybe not, checking on animals, but anything else that you're doing in your NDPIO or in your PIO world, send them our way. And we want to put up a graphic and just thank you guys for your work. And it can be just you, it can be your whole team, it can be whatever that you do at work. And it's important to recognize you. It was officially proclaimed by the governor that this is our day. And, according to the proclamation, it says right in there, government communicators, they play a vital role in informing, educating, and engaging the communities that they serve, and that their strong, transparent communication is foundational in a democracy. It recognizes the professionalism, dedication, hard work, and commitment of communicators across government from local to state, federal levels. And so this is a great opportunity to just pause your day and appreciate the work that we all do and connect citizens with accurate information and build public trust. So please take a moment, if you haven't yet, read through the proclamation and take this as your day. If your husband hasn't bought you flowers in a while, you tell him, it's my day tomorrow, I need some flowers. And John, I don't know, maybe some UND gear for you or something. And I want to talk about the work of our board. There's a lot of planning that goes on behind the scenes there, and they need a little bit of recognition. And these individuals, they volunteer their time to keep the organization running, relevant, and responsible to all of our member needs. Their work, they help shape the trainings with Rob the conferences, and really the overall direction for NDPIO. And we have a really great group of people that I really enjoy working with, but we're always looking to expand that too. And so if you have an interest in serving on the NDPIO board, now's your chance. Or, if you want to think about it for a while and talk to us at the conference, that's fine too. John will, I assume, be taking over as president in July when my time is up. And so we'll have openings for everybody. Or not, I shouldn't say, I'm sorry, Rob, I shouldn't say everybody, but we'll have openings for people. And we would love to see you express interest and work with us and connect with your peers. If you have somebody else that you think might be a really great role model, be on the board, talk to them too, and see if they'd be interested in joining us. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our newest board member, Loanne. And Loanne comes from us from Dunn County. I believe she lives in Killdeer. And she's a communication specialist at Dunn County. And we were just really excited to welcome Loanne. And she's already got the energy and excitement to help us, volunteering to take on a couple things. And so you'll probably be hearing from her fairly often. And Paula too has really stepped up and done a lot of the social media content. So make sure that you always give us a little love on Facebook if you can, and LinkedIn, because Paula works really hard to get those things up as well. And going into the membership a little bit more. So when you decide to belong with NDPIO, it's a little bit more than just a membership. You can have access to events, but also it's a part of being a professional community that understands the unique challenges of public information and communications work. Membership supports networking, it supports professional development, and the long-term sustainability of NDPIO. And as you'll see on here, there's a little QR code. I did that to take you to the resources page, so you will have to log in order to see that. But membership renewal time, it is happening now. There is a tiny bit of a grace period, but it doesn't go forever. And so those of you who consistently renew, thank you very, very much. It's always appreciated. For those of you that still have to do that, just make sure you log in. It should prompt you on there to renew your membership. You can always do the auto renewal too. That's an option. But renewals, they allow you to go to the trainings, events, and then it also, for NDPIO, it keeps membership costs reasonable every time that we get a new renewal. And staying current helps ensure that we can continue offering high quality opportunities, such as practical resources for members, which are designed to support you in your daily communication work. And these resources, they include templates, tools, reference materials. You can use them with your teams. You can share them throughout your network, training content, guidance, and access to best practices that are shared across the state. And then one of our strengths of this association is its collective knowledge base. Things that help you spend less time reinventing the wheel and more time communicating effectively. We encourage you to explore the member resource page for materials that you can use right away. Or if you see something that's not on there, and maybe you have it on your desktop or in your folders, and you think that other people could use it, please feel free to send it over to us and let us know that we should add it to the resources page. It's there for you guys. That's one of the perks of being a member, is being able to go in there and use that stuff. I've gone in there multiple times and I've been able to pull things so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. And that's super important as a one-person communication team, to be able to know that I can lean on somebody else, their work, and I don't have to start from scratch. And so please, please, please make sure you go into that resources page and check it out. It's there for you. And on this page, you'll see another QR code. And this is where I'm going to encourage some participation. And so if you could pull out your phones, or you can go to menti.com and you can enter in that code there. And this is going to tell us whether or not you think that we should have 2 NDPIO Facebook pages. Right now, we currently have a public page and a private page, or a members only page. The public page is there to be there for the public. It has the news announcements, it has conference training updates, it has professional visibility, and anybody can access it. Our NDPIO members only page was built in mind for our members, for them to be able to ask questions, to share information that maybe they don't put out there publicly, but also it's just kind of a safe space for you to share news articles that you found maybe interesting, or start conversations about local topics, or whatever it may be. But we notice that there's not a lot of engagement always happening on that page. And so if you think that we should have just one page, cast your vote for just the public page. If you think you want to keep them both, then cast a vote for that. But we'll be really interested to see your results after this. And it'll help us determine whether or not that we do 1 or 2 pages. And so speaking of the training access, this is something that it's one of our biggest perks for NDPIO, is being able to focus on these trainings that, strengthen these professional connections, and give you something that you might not otherwise be able to attend. It's an hour long. A lot of them are local people that you might know, but we also have people all over the place that want to come in and help share their knowledge for you. And we've also opened it up now so that if you are not a member, but it might be relevant to somebody you know, then there is a $29 fee that people can pay to access them if they would like to maybe check it out, or see if they're interested in NDPIO. And if you have anybody in mind for these trainings, please reach out to us, reach out to Rob. We'd love to hear your ideas of what you want to hear. We want to know what's happening in your communications world that maybe we aren't aware of, or maybe we just haven't grabbed onto yet. Maybe you've got a connection, or maybe you really liked one of the speakers that we've had on there and you want to learn more from them. We can connect you to them. We've got some really great people out there that this is it for them. They love training, they love meeting new people, and they love that connection. So let us know. We love seeing you guys on these member trainings. It's one of my favorite things, is listening to people that are going through it just like us. And Rob has done a great job finding people for those presentations. Sorry about that. So I am going to let Rob talk about our next part here. So I'm going to grab a glass of water for my throat and I'll let Rob talk about our new partnership.
You need to boil some water, put a little lemon in it,
I know.
Kaylee, and all that too. So yeah, I feel your pain there. Okay, one of the things, as we go back to when Max and I first started or co-founded NDPIO, and it's relevant in our mission statement and our vision statement and our core values, is basically education and training, and then partnering with those agencies. And we've started to do that with North Dakota Newspaper Association. I sat on the steering committee the past year, which was I don't own a newspaper, or I'm not a journalist anymore, but we are users of the media. And so when we sit on that elevates NDPIO as well. And they really got to know what we stand for as well too. But anyway, on those vision and mission core values, one of the core values is professionalism, strategy, education, and networking. And one of the things that we partnered with is the University of Mary. They came to us, and because they were they were wanting to get their word out about some of their programs, etc. And so we're the second nonprofit that they have come to, and it's on. Kaylee has put it on our webpage under resources. And let me just kind of go through it a little bit. I don't have all the details, nor am I the expert on it, but it's another benefit if you're looking at going past your degree. But we have access to education and professional development benefits through a priority partnership with the University of Mary. And that's to basically create a supported training learning center and all that as well too. But anyway, there's a flyer in there. But the bottom line is, if you are looking to get a master's in MBA, and if you're good standing with NDPIO, and they will have a way to verify that you can get up to $5,000 toward a master's of business education. If you are, and you get $3,200 in scholarship for online undergraduate programs, up to $2,000 in scholarships for non-capped graduate programs. There's certificate programs, there's online evening, all that as well. And we all know the status and the reputation that University of Mary has. So going to that page on our resource, and only for members only can get in there to take a look at it. But you'll find all the details, and you register through the University of Mary, and to then start that process. They do a link back towards us to see if you're a valid member of NDPIO. So what I want to ask you to do is really market this with some of the people that you know a lot. If you know that they're looking at getting another degree or going on to the master's, and one of the benefits of belonging to NDPIO is that $5,000. So right away, that can be a huge combat multiplier for someone who's wanting to look at coming into belonging to NDPIO and take advantage of that benefit as well. I'm sure at the end of our State of the State here, we can answer some of your questions on that. And then Kaylee, I'm going to just talk about the training, the monthly training, or do you have a slide for that?
No,
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we the monthly training, when we created NDPIO, and you've heard me tell the story that when we after the first year we had 95 members, and the biggest thing that kept me awake at night, and I know Maxine, is how many of those 95 are going to renew. I mean, I thought if it goes down to 20, we might just quit. And by the time the dust always gets settled, 92 or 93 of those 95 renewed. So we knew we were on to something, and that was such an energy boost for all of us as well. So, but when some of the people that I polled and I asked, why did you renew? What was it? And they said the monthly meetings, and that was a benefit. And you take your $100 a year fee for belonging, divide that into 10, you can see the value of each one of those as well. And then with the moving it up to $29 for non-members as well, we're doing that. And a couple things in that, we are expanding that because we're going to be posting those training sites on North Dakota Association of Nonprofit Organizations, of which we're a member, and it's called NADANO. And they will be able to put that on there, which goes to their 300 nonprofits of a topic that they might like, and they pay the $29 as well. Think about that $29. You can have one person pay it, but there might be 10 people in the conference room watching it. So the value is increased more. So if I can ask our members to pass that along as well. And then I've been working with IABC, International Association of Business Communicators, and North Dakota Public Communicators. And we're getting close to being able to put our monthly training on there, that if they want to follow that, they can register as well. And just really quick, I met with the leadership of the Bismarck, NDPC, and IABC, and had a great meeting. And they really want to do some collective things around the Bismarck area as well too, and more on that as well, because we're not in competition. When things happen, we all three have entities that we do to keep the public safe and keep our industry going as well too. But our speaker coming up on March 19th, I think that's March 19th. Anyway, so there's a gal that I came in touch with. She's from Temple. Her name is Heather Bates, and she's the director of communications of the city of Temple, Texas, I mean. And so she is the director of communications and marketing. But one of the topics she's going to talk about, she may bring a couple of her staff on, is how do we elevate internal communications? We have external communications that we're great at that, but sometimes internal communications, like what's the public affairs office doing with, the other departments, and well, how do we have that internal communication, whether it's our leadership or internal might be our families or whatever it is. But she's going to give us some really good takeaways of which we can take back to our agency and help to improve that internal communication, because that can be a hard piece for us as well too. So those are some things that we're looking at. And if you have any ideas for speakers, I know a couple that I'm looking at is, and if you have anything out there that you want me to explore or have a name, please send it to me. Send it to Kaylee. But we're looking at like the National Weather Service, maybe as we do something, how do they determine it and how do they get that information out? How can we as communicators put that out? I know a lot of emergency managers put that out on a daily basis. We have the ethical considerations of AI. That is a huge piece. Another one is ADA compliance. I know it's heavy on all of you, and I know John, he's working on trying, and Maxine, and everyone is trying to get their piece done, whether you're a small group, all that. But in NDPIO, I'm working with a couple people to do maybe a 1 to 3 part training on that for like an hour. And it can be recorded to at least get you started. So watch for more information on that as we progress along in that, because and I came across a couple of people that have really done well, and they were willing to share that with us. We're looking at, I'm Brock Larson, who was a member but moved to Medora for the Medora Foundation. I'm working with him and the Teddy Roosevelt Library Communications Director to give NDPIO a briefing on what's happening. What about with all these people coming into town? How are they going to have safety, security? How's their JIC going to be running? And those are some things that would be interesting for them to talk about and just kind of give us an inside look. Probably things that they can't say, but at least they can give us something to be able to share. How to create newsletters is one of them. One of them is someone asked, can we have a class, on doing photography for our newsletters or whatever, and utilizing our smartphones, and what are some of the shortcuts? I mean, those type of things as well too. So anyway, lots of things happening. Thank you to the board for what they are doing, and we're keeping moving forward. But you are the best marketing people for NDPIO, and I appreciate all of you. Kaylee.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. We are now going to, if I can get my screen to move here, talk about the NDPIO training conference going into its 4th year here, and I will have John take it over.
No problem. Thank you, Kaylee. Yes, I'm helping to lead and to head up. It's a team effort, right? But for our 2026 training conference, it's going to be in Bismarck this year, July 13th through the 15th. That's a Monday through a Wednesday. And so it will be in Bismarck again this year. A couple of speakers are talking, and Rob touched on it, that ADA compliance component. So for communities 50,000 and larger, like myself, our deadline is in April. For everyone else, the deadline is a year from April. So it's going to be very relevant of things that need to happen with this new federal law that's going into place over the next couple of years. So I'm hoping to have at least 1, maybe 2 speakers speaking on best practices, what they're looking at, things you need to look at when it comes to ADA compliance. Rob talked about his training in January. Not sure if you got the training with Anastasia Bolton. She's out of Colorado. Had a conversation with Anastasia after that training. It was wonderful. It was really good. She's a former journalist and now a, for better term, communication consultant. And we're going to bring her into nothing that's on paper yet. This is more of if you can have a virtual handshake over an email. She agreed, and we're going to go forward. She's going to speak a couple of times. She's going to speak on trust building trust within your community. And then also working in a world where there's less media, there's shrinking media, right? When we need to get the word out and there's no one there to hear us, how does that work? So Anastasia is going to speak on those two topics coming up. Continuing to look for speakers. If you're to go on the NDPIO website, you'll see that we still have a call for speakers. We've gotten a few of those already. We're taking a look at that. Would love to hear from local jurisdictions, things you're working on here at a local level. On the fun part, I'm also working on a social event, looking to maybe have us let our hair down a little bit to one of the evenings, either Monday or Tuesday. Potentially, I may have a sponsor lined up to help with some busing, so driving may not be, people don't have to worry about driving. We heard this feedback from when we did a social event a couple of years ago that I'm in a state vehicle. Makes it a little bit tough, so totally understand that. So is news to come on that. Knock on wood that I can button that up, but hopefully we can have a social event as well. And then this is conference related, but not this year's conference. So at the conference in 2025, I brought up the idea at the business meeting of is there an appetite to maybe have this conference move around the state a little bit? That kind of shrunk down to maybe every other year it's in Bismarck. This year it's going to be in Bismarck. Don't worry, this year's going to be in Bismarck. But then maybe every other year somewhere else. It's anecdotal. Easy for me to say coming from Grand Forks of, hey, let's move it around, but I understand that. So we sent out a survey. I want to thank everyone who took that survey. We had 56 respondents of our NDPIO members, and got some really good information. Over 70% of those responding were open to the conference moving around a little bit. Maybe not every year, like have Bismarck be the hub, but maybe every other year have it somewhere else. So just so this group knows, I'm with that information. Nothing is locked in stone yet. We'll hopefully have everything firmed up by this year's conference, but hoping to have the 2027 potentially here in Grand Forks. I'm having some meetings with UND, and actually have a meeting tomorrow morning. Got to weigh cost, partnerships. What does that look like? UND is very excited to potentially host it again, but just letting this group know what I'm looking at for not just this year's conference, but conferences moving forward. So I hope to see everybody in Bismarck in mid-July, and it's always beneficial sometimes, just to get together, just so everyone has an understanding. Expect to see probably registration information by the end of March, early April, as far as registering for the conference. We're doing the planning right now, and everything will be on the NDPIO website. Want to say thank you to Paula for really doing a nice job of getting that together on our website. But again, July 13th through the 15th, Bismarck State College, and we hope to see you all in Bismarck in July.
Hey, John, are you going to have any golfing the morning of? Anyone who wants to golf?
Well, the morning gets busy, but if I show up on Sunday and people want to get a tee time, that I may be open to that. Open to that. Kaylee and I got a round of golf in last year.
Well, if any of you are golfers, contact John, and if you're going to be coming into town, I'm sure we could work out a team there. So just have a little pre-conference fun.
Oh yeah, we'll have some fun with that. Kaylee, I saw you put up the slide for the Golden Dove. Do you want me to speak on that, or do you want to speak on that?
Yeah, you sure can. And, just to show that I'm really human, I forgot to put the information in there. So it says info here. So that is definitely my mistake.
Well,
so I'll let John come first.
I'm the info guy, so it's just telling me to speak. That's fine. Our Golden Dove nominations, we'll be accepting those soon. It's an award that we send out to give it to an individual for their exceptional working communications. So you can either nominate yourself or nominate a coworker or someone like that. Jacob was our winner last year, and so expect to see that information soon, and then that will be awarded at the conference in Bismarck as well. It'll be our third annual Golden Dove Award.
All right, thanks, John. Thank you. I apologize. I giggled a little bit when John said let your hair down, because John doesn't exactly have too much going on, but you know.
I don't have a lot of hair up there, so it's down all the time. Rob, you're with me.
Anyway, sorry. All right, so looking forward, you know, we're really focused on continuing on strengthening those professional connections and expanding our opportunities and just remaining responsive to what our members need most. And so we're always welcoming feedback, we're welcoming ideas, and we always love seeing involvement as we move ahead. If there's something that you have suggestions for, that you can call me, you can call John, you can send us an email, you know, whatever you want to do. And we're always really receptive to what matters most to our members. And so I threw a couple dates up there too. We will have the monthly training dates up on our website as we usually do. But Rob, if you want to talk a little bit about these dates here.
Yeah. The last one is the L388, and that's the week-long, 5 days advanced PIO course. You're getting at close to the tip of the spear. We had it 3 years ago, and there was 50 of us. 49 were from North Dakota. And it's kind of like if the basic one PIO course, which I teach, and I have another person I'm training to co-teach with me, but that's May 12th through 14 in Bismarck. And that's a 3-day course where we go through just all the information on how to be a crisis communicator. 95% of the time we're doing as communicators is easy stuff, easy peasy. It's the 5% that kills us. And you know, if a crisis gets way behind us, we're not able to get caught up and we lose a brand. You know, people lose trust in us as well. But that 388 course is a week long. It's in Bismarck. If you're a government communicator, there is no cost for that. And maybe some of your hotel is maybe taken care of as well too. Transportation is usually from your business and agency as well. Hotels are taken care of as well too. So, but anyway, it's really great. If you've been through the 105 course, that's a prerequisite for the 388. And it's really just an extension of what I teach in the 105, but we teach a theory and then we put it into a tabletop exercise. And we have 5 speakers coming from national, and from FEMA and Emergency Management Institute, who are very well versed in it, have been there, done it, been through hundreds and hundreds of different types of crises. And so they will be there as well for that as well. But if you want to, please, there are some other prerequisites for the week-long one, but I would encourage you, number one, it's good for what you're doing, but also it looks good in your resume, your HR piece as well too, that you have that FEMA certificate as well too. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me for more information. I can give you a little bit of syllabus and what the class is all about.
Thank you, Rob. I was actually just looking at the advanced today, and so I was looking at those prerequisites, and so I do plan on attending that advanced PIO class, and so I hope I see some of you guys out there too.
Good.
And so I just want to make sure that you guys know staying involved and staying connected with us is the best way to use that fee that you pay, you know, once a year to be with us. Make sure that you're engaging with us and that you're attending these trainings that we put on for you guys, and that you can put in a call for the speakers. You can present there. You can reach out to us with ideas and all of your participation here. It just helps us shape NDPIO, that we're here for you guys. And so I just want to thank you guys again for everything that you do, all the work that you do. Don't forget to celebrate you tomorrow for Government Communicators Day. And I just really appreciate your time today, listening to my voice. It's got a little better after I chugged some more water. But I really look forward to what's going on ahead of us. I look forward to our conference and just getting to know you guys even more, and meeting most of you on the road if I can. If you guys want to do any lunch and learns, I love coming out to those and seeing you guys there as well. So if you have any questions, you know, you can utilize the chat here. I'll let Rob go.
Are you going to show the survey, or is that going to be later?
I will do that a little bit later here. I have it sharing the screen, and then I'll go back.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Again, reach out to our board if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys later.